What's up, YouTube? I'm here to show you how to do brakes, front brakes on this 2003 Ford Expedition. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe so I can keep making videos like this to make your life easier. Anyways, let's get started. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take off these dust boots. These dust boots protect the caliper slide bolts from rusting. It's important to put those back. Make sure you put those back. It'll prolong the life of your calipers. They don't stick and these slides get stuck and cause premature wear on the brake pads. Next, you're going to take a 7mm Allen head for your caliper bolts. Sometimes they get stuck. If that happens, just thread your bolt back in a few turns and wiggle it. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You can round these off pretty easy. Just tap it in a little bit. There we go. Don't want to round those off. You'll pay hell trying to get them out. That one's sticking too, but that's okay. I'll leave it in there because I gotta put it back in anyways. And a little trick, if you don't have a 7, a T45 works too. It almost works better. You pry back your slides, or your slide. Now this guy right here, this spring. You have to take the spring out because if you don't take it out, you can't take this off because it gets trapped by the caliper bracket. So just pry back on the spring. Like that. Alright, now trying to get this off is going to be kind of hard. So what I do is I'll take my screwdriver and on the back side of the pad, I'll pry back the piston some. Comes right off. Alright, now before you pull the old pad, leave the pad in there so you can push the pistons back. Now again, you can use a C-clamp for this. A big C-clamp will work fine. Just keep pumping. They go back slow. You're just going to keep pumping until it won't go no more. Now if your new brake pads didn't come with these clips, you're going to take a screwdriver and pop these out and transfer them over to your new pads. But if you get a good quality set of pads, they'll come with it on there already, or a little baggie with these in there. These are already put on there when I got them. Just pop them on. I'll show you. Like that. You just push them on that little hole right there in the brake pad, a little square hole. They click into it. Just make sure you put those back because those keep them from rattling around. Get the caliper out of your way. Then you got two 18mm bolts right here on the caliper bracket. If you're changing the rotor, you have to. If you're not changing the rotor, you don't have to take this off. These little clips, you gotta put these back on the bracket. They fell off when I took the caliper off. This goes on the bottom side. I'm sorry, on the top side. My bad. This little notch, see that little notch right there? The cutout right there. You don't get those with the brake pads. The only way you're going to get those is with the hardware kit or a new caliper bracket. Alright, they're all four. Just make sure they're all four there so your pads don't rattle around. Alright, your hammer, your rotor sometimes might be stuck, so you have to hammer it off. Now, if your rotor comes with oil all over it, clean it off before you put the new pads on. A lot of times they'll put installation oil, keep them from rusting on the shelf. You want to clean that off because it can mess the brake pads up and overheat the rotor. Some hot soap and water is fine, or some brake cleaner on a rag. Make sure those are tight. And if these clips keep falling off, just take that little tab and you can bend it a little bit to make it tighter. There you go. And take your new brake pads. These springs are kind of hard to get in there, so you got a little trick I do is I'll bend them in a little bit. There you go. Don't bend them too much. You want them to be a tight fit. Grab your bolts. Start them by hand. Use that T45. It's funny how the T45 works better than the 7mm, but it acts like a 12-point socket is what it does. Tighten those down. Put your dust boots back in. And turn our wheel straight. Put our clip back on. Start it on the bottom hole right there. Swing up on it. Push that back with your thumb. And pull at the same time with your other thumb. Pull back. And that's how you do it. Anyways, I hope this is informative. Please check like down below. Please subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.